Hey y'all, Halfmilesniper here, and today we're still in the garage. We got part 3 of my new rifle. We've got a box that came in for it. We're gonna open it up, see what's in here. I know what's in here, but it's because I ordered it. Show y'all what it is, get the action mounted to what's in the box, and check the magazines out, because this is going to be a magazine fed gun. So I'll bring y'all right back in a minute. Y'all sit back, kick your feet up, enjoy the ride. So lots of things have been happening since the last time we were here. Which last time we were here, we got our EC tuner brake installed. We got our TriggerTech trigger installed. We checked our headspace, and we checked where our throat was with the gauge. And we built the dummy round, which loaded just fine. We're going to have to double check something, because I didn't think about the fact that this is a magazine fed rifle, and 20 thousandths off a jam might not work in the magazine. So we'll be checking that out too. So give me a minute to set this off to the side. We'll come back, we'll get this box open and see what's inside, and get things mounted. Stand by, we'll be right back. For you, it'll be blink of an eye. Alrighty. Well, without further ado, the box here is from MDT. Besides being packed with packing tape, it's packed with security tape. Let me fire up the other camera and I can show you. So we got security tape here, and we got our regular packing tape, and yeah. Now, I assume there's going to be a box inside the box. I could be wrong, but we'll find out in a minute. We got our packing slip. Very nice. So, I've got 2 FDE Magpul ACIS mags. We've got a new MDT sticker. Got a set of thumb stock screws, or buttstock thumb screws. And even a new chamber flag. We've got a brand new MDT Oryx chassis. And very nice in FDE. One thing I'm not seeing, unless if they're threaded in, maybe they're already threaded in, action screws. Oh, and an extra MDT sticker. Very cool. Give me a minute to clear the table off. We'll get the chassis out of the bag and take a closer look at it. Okay, well, I think before we go too much further, we're going to start off putting the thumb wheels on, or thumb screws on, just to go ahead and get that out of the way. And I think it's this one. Nope, next one up. There we go. We'll do the thumb wheels first, and then we will see about setting the action. Why is that not going so smooth? I know why. It's because the cheek riser was in the way. Very nice. Okay. Now, these we are going to put in here for right now. Get them out, put them up safe. So, the action for the chassis for the 700 action is set up a little bit different than it was for the Hawa action. The nuts, or pardon me, the action bolts, instead of being in a separate bag, are held in by plastic nuts. So we are going to get things set up. We're going to set the action in the stock or the chassis, and then we will tighten it up and torque it. However, to avoid getting in any trouble, I'm not going to show setting the chassis in the stock or setting the action in the chassis, but we will show tightening and torquing the action screws. So give me a minute to get that set up and I'll bring you right back. Okay, well, we have already got the rear action screw torqued. Take a look at the front action screw here, and we are going to 60 inch-pounds. Okay, that's 60. When you're torquing, you always go at least 3 clicks. But we're going to do one more for Lanyap. Okay, and that's my Wheeler fat wrench. Nice, nice, nice. Let's set that down and put the bolt in. There we go. I just wasn't lined up right. Now, ooh yeah, 2 pounds makes for a very light trigger. Oh yeah, very nice. Okay, we've got our chassis, our action in the chassis. We're torqued to 60 inch-pounds. Next up, I think we're going to break out the magazines. We're going to see how the magazines fit. Make sure the bolt cycles nice over the magazines. And then, when we found our lands, and I said, well, our load length is going to be 20 thousandths off the lands, I wasn't thinking. We have to double check our load length because we may be too long for the magazine. So let me get the magazine opened up. Well, we'll open up both magazines and we will test fit both, see how they function, and then we're going to check the length of the dummy round and see if it fits in the magazine. So give me another minute. I'm going to put my tools away here and we'll open up the magazines and check the length. Okay, while I was putting things away and whatnot, I went ahead and broke out my tipped-in gun vise just so we can have the rifle sitting here. And I know I mentioned it when we torqued the action to the barrel. If you're running a torque wrench, when you're done using it, back it off. So, I opened up the first MDT mag. It's a Magpul ACIS pattern, and they're blazing, embossed with the MDT logo. I am going to go ahead and crack this loose now, and we will see how this magazine fits. Okay. Very good. Let me pop the dummy mag in, or dummy round in. No primer. And it feeds nicely. Very good. Now, I noticed something, and not happy. I am, but I'm not. I'm going to show y'all on the close-up cam what it is I just noticed. That round is seated all the way down against the back side of the magazine, and 20 thousandths off the lands is too long for the magazine. I did manage to find a box of burger ammo. Burger 109 grain. Where's the end flap? There we go. Burger 6 Creed 109 grain, which is basically what I'm going to be loading. This stuff's in Lapua brass, and I'll show you what happens. So the Lapua brass being just the factory ammo being just a little bit shorter, the ammo or dummy round I loaded is just a hair too long to fit through that mag opening. So we are going to check something real quick. I have to go get my measuring device. We're going to see what the dimension of the mag opening is. We're going to see what our length of the OAL point to base is, even though we measured from the ogive. We're going to check the factory ammo point to base. Then we're going to check the factory ammo ogive to base. And we're going to load to magazine length is what we're going to end up doing. I completely forgot that we would be working out of magazines, basically 308 magazines with this setup. So that means we've got to be probably 2.80 inches or shorter. So give me a minute to get my measuring device. Okay. So, alrighty, let me get that zeroed out. We're going to double check, make sure that everything still agrees with my notes. We went for 2.263, we're at 2.263. Our factory ammo comes in at 2.18. Factory's at 2.180. 2.180. Now, let me remove my comparator and we can check our overall lengths. My dummy round comes in at 2.8735. Oh, I am just butterfingers today. Okay, we come at, our dummy round comes in at 2.873. 2.873 overall length. Factory ammo comes in at 2.784. 2.784. .873 and 2.784. And now we want to see what our inside dimension. Well, it says 2.875. But I can't get that to go in, so I must be, so see, that's stopping right there, and that's 2.873. So I am measuring something incorrect, or I'm not getting truly down on the, yeah, I'm not trusting that. All I know is I cannot get one of these to go all the way in, but the factory rounds, go in nicely. So I am going to have to make up my, shorten my dummy up to 2.180, and our load length is going to be 2.180. That way there we are able to feed from the magazine. Now, so we've already checked fit on that mag. Let's check the fit on this one. This is mag number 2. Very nice. Open that up. Now, at least the top round, I can check that the magazine feeds, because the top round isn't going down into the body. Very nice. Very nice. And once again, for safety Sam, no primer, this is a dummy round. Okay. Let's see. Let me put a couple of things away. I'll bring y'all right back. Okay, well, I've moved the rifle out of the way. And while I was putting the calipers and my notepad away, I went ahead and grabbed another round from the loading bench. And real quick, so we can see here on the left how long my 20 thousandths off the land is. This is a factory round. I have to shorten up my dummy to the length of the factory. And then a number of people, not necessarily in the comments, but in real life, have said, well, why not just do a 243? It's the same bullet. Well, they are pretty much the same, and I'm going to use 2 loaded rounds here, for example. They're both 6mm bullets, 0.243 inch diameter. They both have the same parent case, which is the .308 Winchester, which, if you go back a little bit further, the parent case of the .308 Winchester is 30-06. But the big difference comes in shoulder angle, and overall length of the case. This is a 243. This is a 6 Creedmoor. And you can see there's a distinct difference in the cases. So, it's kind of like a 243, but it's not like a 243. Yes, they have the same parents, but same daddy, but different mommies. That'd be one way to put it. So, yeah. Just another 243 in the arsenal of weapons I have, but this one here is 6 Creedmoor. So we'll talk in millimeters, not inches. So yeah, I thought I'd point that out real quick because a number of people, that, like I said, in real life have asked me, well, why not just do a 243? Blah, 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 blah. Well, I already have a 243, and now I have a 6 Creedmoor. So, okay, well, I'll put this stuff away and get the rifle back on the table, and we'll talk about what's coming up next on it. Okay, well, I have got all the ammo put away, the dummy rounds put away, tools are put away. Nice to see the magazines fit and seat, and at least those two feed. I do have 2 more coming, except those are the MDT polymetals. Since they went on, since they discontinued them and they were on a smoking deal for Black Friday, I went ahead and grabbed 2, so I'll have a total of 4 magazines. Yeah, and just in case I decide to go shoot a match, I can not have to worry about trying to reload magazines mid-stage. I am really glad I didn't start making ammo yet. Okay, as I was saying before the battery died, really glad I didn't start making ammo, because turns out 20 thousandths off the lands does not fit in the magazine, so we will make that, shorten up the dummy round to the same length as the factory ammo, and our ammo will then be magazine length, and that should work out pretty well. I am so close to having a rifle ready to go to the range. I took advantage of some Black Friday deals, and we have a Vortex scope and rings coming, along with a level. We have a full-length Arca rail for the base of the chassis here. We have an Arca mount bipod, and probably what I think is going to be probably the neatest little gizmo, a mount for the Garmin. So I will be able to run my chronograph right on the rifle. Once we get those parts in, we'll finish this this project up and get the rifle ready to go to the range, and I cannot wait to get out to the range and see how it shoots. Downside is, until I get released from light duty by the doctor, any range time I do is going to have to be the public range. So it's going to be a little bit harder to video, going to be a little bit louder, but we'll make it happen. And I cannot wait to see how well this thing shoots. And I think this is going to be a little bit shorter of a video than the last one. Last one went a little bit long. We covered a lot of ground, but this time here we mounted the rifle in the chassis. We torqued it to 60 inch-pounds. We gave it a couple extra clicks, or gave it an extra click for lanyap. We checked our magazines in the chassis, made sure the rifle feeds out of the magazine. We checked our ammo to the length of the magazines. Again, we learned that my dummy rounds were too long. I've got some factory ammo that's exactly what I'm going to be loading, and that's the Berger 109s. It's Berger ammo. The Berger ammo's in Lapua brass. I'll be running Alpha brass. But for right now, we're making headway. I really appreciate y'all hanging with me. Hopefully this continues to stay off the radar or the powers that be. And I think we're progressing nicely. I want to thank y'all for hanging with me. And as always, I want to remind you, stay strapped or get clapped. Carry everywhere you can. Get a CCW if you need one. If you're in a constitutional carry state, get a CCW anyways you may travel. I know y'all are probably tired of hearing me say that, but until we get national reciprocity, I feel obligated to say it. So, thanks for hanging with me, y'all. I really do appreciate it. We're closing in on 5,000 subscribers. We're right at 4,700 right now. When we get to 5,000, I've got a giveaway coming. We've got a SIG pistol optic red dot. Got a Holosun red dot. Got a scope. If you have a Glock, I might have a Glock, not necessarily a Glock trigger, but a performance trigger for a Glock. So we're getting a few things together to give away when we hit 5,000 subscribers. So hey, let your friends know about me. Let's get a few more people in the crowd. I laugh because I never thought I'd get 50 subscribers, let alone 100. And here we are now closing in on 5,000. And I really appreciate it because I'm not the demo ranch guy out there having fun on my property, blowing things up, shooting stuff that's being sent to me. I'm not a Brandon Herrera. I'm not a Kentucky Ballistics. I'm just an old retired copper who likes to shoot and wants to share with everyone some of what I have, some of what I know, and some of what I can do. And when I get done with this rifle, we're probably going to go video a PRS match, I think. So, I'm starting to ramble. I appreciate y'all. We'll catch y'all later. Remember, y'all stay safe. Keep shooting. We'll catch you next time.
Send it. Hit.